We have arrived in the town of Malang, the Red Hotel. Again, we stay in this chain. So,
good morning, all. It's 7:40 and we are out. I think it's the earliest day. No, Komodo. Komodo was the earliest. Today is the second earliest day here in this country, I think. We are out. Okay, so we are in Malang. We're going to have a breakfast.
Happy, fantastic chicken with the egg. That's what she loves. I have some extra bonuses. Check it out. Street food here.
So we have arrived in the colorful village. This is the blue section.
And let's see, what is this?
So we arrived pretty late, 3 o'clock here. We're gonna see it right now from the top. So this is it. Hoban Sevo. Okay, going up. It is absolutely spectacular.
So there we are in the Sendang Biru village. We have just plain room today for 150,000. He's chilling after a long drive today.
Morning in the village. We found some foodie. That's what we got. Perfect breakfast. Cheese is happy. Waiting for the coffees yet. That's our restaurant today. Cheesy. Now guys. Selamat pagi. We're going to the Tiga Varna, Pantai Tiga Varna. They say it's beautiful.
So today I am visiting Hampstead and I just want to show you a couple of things you can do here because it's such a nice area. Hampstead is known for many different shops and restaurants, and the first one that we visited is Boulangerie Bon Martin, where I had a vegan cupcake and Vietnamese coffee. If you're looking for antique shops or just something unique, you should definitely head down to Hampstead, and there's little alleyways filled with shops just like that. We next stopped at Manny's where they have delicious smoothies such as the berry smoothies and other snacks as well. Many important people have once lived in Hampstead that are now part of history. And where I'm going to show you next is actually a graveyard where important people were buried. John Harrison was the inventor of the timekeeper, whereas John Constable was famous for his open air sketches and large exhibition paintings. Fun fact, John Harrison's lesser watch became popular on Only Fools and Horses in an episode, which is why he's also known by the Only Fools and Horses fans. Another spot that's worth visiting in Hampstead is the Hampstead Heath Woods, where it's actually picturesque with loads of lakes and beautiful sceneries. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and have a great day.
If you are searching for the right keywords, you should try Keyword Magic Tool by SEMrush. Type in your topic and get a
Guys, what's up? So a lot of you have been requesting a little bit of a what do you need to know before you go to Discovery Cove? So that's what I'm going to do here. So stay tuned for some tips, tricks, and just stuff that you need to know before you go to Discovery Cove. Pandemic or anything like that. They are simply limited so that everybody can enjoy their experience. They don't want overcrowded areas. They don't want the animals to be overwhelmed, the staff to be overwhelmed with all the encounters. So they're limited on capacity. Make sure you make your reservations in advance. Also, I know Discovery Cove is a bit pricey, so be sure to check out different promos that they have. I know they usually run a discount on Black Friday. That's when we got ours. If you can hold out till then, great. Right now, according to their website, they have a 20% off for Florida residents. Not bad, but if you're not a Florida resident, it doesn't help you out. So keep on the lookout. They usually offer some type of discount. Okay, so reservations are made. It's the day of your trip. You're excited. You're ready to go. Make sure that you arrive fairly early so that you can get into the park soon. And parking's free, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about paying a fee for parking. You don't have to worry about not having a parking spot or anything crazy like that. They're all inclusive, which literally means all inclusive. Arriving early helps you to get the most of your experience. Definitely are paying a good price, so you want to have the most time in the facility as possible. Once you get there, you're going to probably wait in line for a little bit and you're going to enter into their lobby where a staff is going to direct you to a counter. At the counter, you're going to get your ID for the day, quote unquote. This little badge. This was my daughter's. It's a plastic card. On the card, they will usually have, now hers doesn't because she was the child. Oh, that's loud. Sorry, I'm outside. And there must be a cicada around. So they will also have the time for your excursions that you have. Like we had the dolphin one, so it was written on here 12:30, and we also had our dining on here. I believe it was like at 2 o'clock. They try to space out the lunch hour so that it's not too crowded, so they have enough food, so on and so forth. Once again, they're trying to make the most of your experience, make the most enjoyable. You do have to keep this card on you at all times. That's why they provide you with a lanyard. If you and when you are wearing it, my best suggestion is anytime you get in the water, you have to tuck it into your wetsuit. I would suggest putting it on your back. That way it doesn't dig in as bad. If you try to aim for in between your shoulder blades, it's a little better. It can get quite uncomfortable in the front, it can dig, so on and so forth. It is the downfall of having this, but they do require it for you to have on at all times. It also is great for you in case you're like, okay, I have 4 different experiences. What the heck time is this and that, so forth. So we ended up going with Brandon's parents, and so Peyton could not do the dolphin experience because she's too young. So we had to schedule it with 2 different times. So they went as a couple, and Brandon and I went as a couple, and they were happy to accommodate that so that Peyton could be watched at all times. So they will accommodate families of larger groups that have young children and separate you out if needed. Also, in addition to getting your tag, someone in your party will receive this, which is kind of nice. It's kind of large though. It's a map of the facility, as you can tell. And on the back, it gives you some time slots of when stuff is open, when stuff is closed, some safety reminders. Remember to tuck your ID into your wetsuit, different stuff like that. So it's kind of nice to have, kind of large on the other hand. I wish it was a little smaller, but it's quite a big map to fit everything on. So they do give you a nice little map to make sure you know where you're going. All right, so you got through all the paperwork end of it, so to speak, and you're all set. You're walking through. So be sure to take everything in, including in the lobby. Make sure you look up. They're beautiful dolphin sculptures, and on the floor, if It's like a mosaic pattern of, I believe it's like a watery ocean thing, which I'll add in some footage for you guys to see. But take it all in. I mean, you paid the price to get there. Just enjoy your experience. As you're walking back, more beautiful scenery. It literally feels like you're on a private island because there's so much foliage around you. It's just beautiful. And what you're going to end up doing is actually walking back towards the place where they have the food for breakfast. And breakfast traditionally runs from 7:30 to 10:30. So that's your time frame to eat your breakfast. Um, I believe we ate ours around 8:30. They had everything you can imagine for breakfast. You include your drinks, including coffee, pops, water, tea, anything you can imagine. So make sure you make the most of that. They also have plenty of options for kids. Peyton got Cheerios, which she loves. She got some yogurt. She got some chocolate milk. Um, as you guys can see, there's multiple options for you to choose from. So after you eat your breakfast, the next thing you'll need to do is get your wetsuit. Okay, so wetsuits. That's what you'll do next. You'll get your wetsuit. They have two options. They have a wetsuit and a wet vest. I believe they actually have another wetsuit that is longer. I would suggest if you're a person who traditionally runs cold to go with a full wetsuit. And if you're not, you can get just the vest. You can also switch out sort of throughout the day. So if you find that like you went with a vest and you're cold, you can go get a different one or vice versa. Also, they're very accommodating. If your size is too large, too small, be sure to go and check in with them. Peyton actually got one and it looked like a garbage bag on her. It was so big, so we had to go switch hers out. They were very accommodating with it. I would suggest that if you're doing the dolphin encounter, and obviously you're probably going to do the reef, those water temperatures are traditionally colder for the animals. That I would suggest wearing an actual wetsuit into those. And the lagoon is actually pretty warm, so I would suggest wearing a vest into that if you can. Also, when you get your wetsuit, they will ask if you want your goggles and snorkeling gear. You don't have to get it right then, but I would suggest getting it. That way you have it, you're done with that part of it. You don't have to go back. You will only need the snorkeling gear for the reef, I believe. I'm not sure if it's swimming with the sharks. You might need it then. I'm not sure, but I know for the reef, you will definitely use it and need it. They also have on thing, if you're not a good swimmer or you have a young child, they do have life vest, which for the reef, we put a vest on Peyton to make sure that she was comfortable and safe. If you're not a good swimmer, there's plenty of adult vest as well. So don't feel pressured that you need to be this excellent swimmer to actually enjoy Discovery Cove. All right. So finally, we got through all our gear. We got our wetsuits on. They do have lockers there, and I would highly suggest that you stop there, put all your personal belongings in there, anything that you're not going to be needing or carrying. For us, our phones, our bags, anything that we knew we weren't going to be needing carrying around, we just threw in there. My best suggestion though too is to not wear jewelry the day that you're going. Traditionally, if you're doing a dolphin encounter, they ask that you take your jewelry off because the dolphins like shiny things. So women can't wear their wedding bands. Men can because they don't have the diamond on them usually. You can wear a silicone one or like Quelo or groove ring, which is what I would suggest anyway if you really want to have a ring on while you're there. Earrings have to come out. All jewelry has to usually come out. Just because the dolphins like to interact with stuff like that. So they suggest you just leave it at home, take it off, and put it in the locker if you're doing any type of encounter. I suggest just taking it off no matter what, because if you're in the reef, that also can be another area where if you drop something, it's pretty much gone. So after your locker, make sure that you guys sunscreen up. They do provide sunscreen. They're usually in big pump things, as you can see in the footage, or you can have had one that almost looked like a hand dispenser that you also can use. I suggest if you're very highly susceptible to sunscreen, that like you find something that is reef friendly but also maybe a little bit stronger than what they had, or continuously reapply what they had. We reapplied and stuff, and we still got a little burnt. But they're trying to make sure that all the chemicals that get into the water are safe for the animals. So please be courteous of that. And it's nice because it's right there. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to bring it in your bag. You're set. So you got your sunscreen on, you got your wetsuit on. Now you can begin the fun. So basically what we did was we went to the reef first, which I think was a pretty good idea. The reef is pretty much on the far end of the facility. So I'm trying to see here on the map for you guys. Like you can tell it's clear over here. So it tends to not be as busy in the morning, because it's kind of that far distance out of the park versus the lagoon that's right at the beginning, which also was nice because we were able to keep our wetsuits on, go into the reef, swim around for a good hour or two, see everything we needed to see. If you go, a reef is a must. Even if you're not a good swimmer, like I said, you can either put a swim vest on, life vest, or there is like an edge so that you can kind of dip your head down with your goggles on and see, and just be standing there and you can see the different stingrays and fish go by. Peyton is kind of what we did. We put a vest on her and held her for some of it, but then we kind of found it was easier just to have her there and dip her head down in to see the different animals. They do tell you not to touch the fish and to pet the stingrays only if they come near you. Don't pet them if they're at the bottom, because they're sleeping and that means they don't want to be touched, so on and so forth. If they're just swimming by you and you just stick out your hand gently, that's okay. But they don't want you to also splash in there. It's supposed to just basically be a nice little glide that you go through there. So my not good swimmers sometimes panic, so I would suggest maybe try it on the side and slowly ease your way into it. For your safety and the animal safety, they ask that you don't kick around. Sometimes the reef will get very crowded, so they don't like that you're kicking because you might kick somebody else. I know I bumped into a few people, just I was filming and not looking up, and you're looking at all the animals and not looking at where you're going. So just keep that in mind as you go through the reef. After the reef experience, we actually did grab some snacks. Snacks are provided throughout the day. You can go up and grab them whenever you want. And I know it seems so weird. It seems like you're like robbing a store or something, but you're not. Everything's included. They have soft pretzels, cookies, any type of pop or drink you can imagine. I believe they also have alcoholic beverages for free. And then they also have a package that you can upgrade to have more fancy beverages if you would like that are alcoholic. They have chips, they had Rice Krispie treats, they had peanuts, they had, I'm trying to think, they had a bunch of stuff. I swear I ate like 2 soft pretzels. Those soft pretzels were amazing. So was the Rice Krispie treats. Peyton likes the Rice Krispie treats so much that I had to ask them for more, and they were happily to accommodate that. The basket ran out, so I just asked the lady if I could have 1 or 2 more, and she gladly gave it to us. So once again, very accommodating, very happy to suit any need that you have. And feel free to just make yourself as comfortable as you need. You can enjoy those snacks on the beach. You can enjoy them if you get a private cabana. You can enjoy them if you get a day bed, is what they call it. The day bed and the private cabana are up charges, obviously. If that's something you want to do, I would look online. I would suggest that if you're trying to get out of the sun, then go for the cabana. A lot of the day beds were faced towards the sunlight, and that might be uncomfortable for you. I know the shading over them isn't the best. So if you're really going to pay the extra price, I kind of think it's worth paying for the cabana. They also offer many excursions or upgrades to your packages. I mentioned the dolphin one. The dolphin one is traditionally what most people do when they go to Discovery Cove. It's an experience where you get to get in the water and you get to swim with the dolphins. When we went, they had not lifted the mask rule. However, in the park, because it's a water park, you didn't need to wear a mask. But when you did the dolphin encounter, you actually had to, but you had to wear a mask that they provided. So they provided this black waterproof mask, and you had to wear it. You could not wear your own. And once again, you had to take all your jewelry off. Now, I don't know if that rule still exists or not because it's been like a month now. I know the current regulations are if you're vaccinated for most of the SeaWorld parks, you do not have to wear a mask. It's kind of like an honor system. So if you're vaccinated, you don't have to. If you're not, you should be wearing one, so on and so forth. If you are a person who is completely like freaked out and like doesn't want to be around people for fear still of all the germs that are getting spread, I kind of think you need to hold off from going just because 99% of the people are not wearing masks, even if they're vaccinated, not vaccinated, so on and so forth. So if you're susceptible, I totally get it. Stay safe, stay home, save the trip for when all this craziness is over. So the dolphin experience was great. You do have an age range, so our daughter Peyton could not come in with us, so we switched off with Brandon's parents, which was kind of nice. We each got our own little experience separately, but it was still kind of nice because we got two different dolphins. The trainers will answer any question you have. I mean, literally anything. We learned so much about our dolphin. It was just an awesome experience. So the ranges for the dolphin experience, you have to be 6 years or older. So once again, Peyton was 3. I don't even think she was 3 yet. I don't know. Anyway, couldn't come with us, couldn't get in there with us. But ages 6 to 12 must be accompanied by an adult, so you can't just send your kid out there. They usually have more than one trainer out there with you. Dolphin experience is great. We had a blast. If you are a person who traditionally doesn't like to swim or is scared of the water and you don't want to have your
how